And so the first step that I took was in the back of this unit, I removed the pump and the coils, and I'll show you that. As you can see, there are no coils and there's no pump. The pump was secured down here on 4 bolts. It had a copper line that went into basically all the coils would go back and forth here, and you'll see this on any refrigerator, basically in the back of a refrigerator, you'll see that. And it's for keeping it cool. And then the pump also goes into a tube right here. This is the tube. This tube goes into refrigerant, and this one it goes up, and up here it has a refrigerant to basically the coils to keep everything cool on the inside. Now I'm not going to rip out the whole back of the fridge to do this, so all I did was on the tube here, I took some pliers and I just crimped it down because copper is soft, so I crimped it down really tightly. Once it was crimped down, I just basically snipped the copper, and there wasn't enough pressure to push to squirt through, so all I did was bend it over on itself and crimped it again on both sides. The Freon was still inside of the pump, it was still inside of the coolers, and once I crimped it down really well, there wasn't anything leaking on it or anything. I just put some foil around it and then I taped it, and there's no oils, there's no nothing, you know. It's free and clear, and it also made the refrigerator weigh a lot less. The pump is full of copper, it's very heavy, the coil is very heavy also. All right, and so on to the next step. See, it's not very heavy. It weighs almost, it's like an empty box. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and give you a good idea what it looks like on the inside. So what I did here is I basically put flex watt tape, heating tape, all the way on, and I lined the inside of the refrigerator. I have to hook up the wires to here, this side and this side, and then they'll basically heat it at 20 watts per foot. I drilled a hole in here for the wire to basically go underneath. So I need a plug with a positive and a negative, basically a hot and a neutral connector, which is the positive and neutral. This one has no, I have no wire for this. I actually cut it out, it's here in the middle. I don't need it for this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this hole so that it's in the inside of the refrigerator. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to tape it down, and it's going to end up going in the back of the refrigerator. And I'll tape this down so that it'll be nice and clean. It won't be hanging and dragging. And then on the inside, I'm going to basically hook these up to this flex tape. I'll show you that in a minute. So I have the heating mat connected to this, and this has an adjustable heat temperature for it, so I can adjust how much heat is being put out by the mat. It's off, so it's like a dimmer switch, basically is what it is. Actually, this is a dimmer switch. Doing this, I ended up cutting off the grounding plug because I didn't need it. It's not hooked up to anything, so I just hook this up to here. Thermostat, and that's going to be plugged in. Thermostat. I'd like to have everything in the very back, so the sides of the fridge and the front look very clean, like just like a regular refrigerator. Made a hole right here, and what I'm going to do is basically feed this inside of the refrigerator. Now I can tape this, or I can put some foam on it, or I can leave it alone. I like to cover everything because I don't like bugs to be able to crawl in. So all of these little holes, anything that leads to the inside of Okay, so what I have so far, I have the heater set with the settings that I've chosen for it, and on this side what I have is the humidifier controls. This controls the fan speed, and I can choose to have the heat set at 16 watts or 20 watts. 20 watts is the maximum, or I can have it set lower. It just depends on what I want. Look at the sponge.